Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to perhaps the game of the year here in the Philadelphia Catholic League. It's Roman Catholic against Neumann-Goretti. Chris McNesby, the head coach of the KLites, is with us here now. Chris, it's a rematch of last year's Catholic League title game. So many historical matchups between you guys leading up to this point. What's today mean?
Yeah, it's another Roman-Newman game. We're excited to be here. I mean, it's they're going to bring it. Our guys are going to bring it, and hopefully we give you guys a good game.
And in terms of, we know a couple of guys are out on both sides here today. Sharif Jackson, Amir Williams, and Kafik Myers, of course, for Neumann-Goretti. Both of these teams, they have a knack for digging deeper into the bench and next man up.
Yeah, that's the thing. All these guys know the pride of this game, and everyone's going to play really hard for the jersey, and I wouldn't expect anything less.
We're looking forward to it. Thanks for doing this.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Chris McNesby with us. Jeff Sherrill and Bruce Badgley, back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Bob. Bruce, this is going to be a fantastic game as the Roman Catholic KLites come in at 16-1, 7-1 in the Catholic League, but they are just You have to say you're on camera.
Well, we're not on camera, but
we're on the screen, and we're waiting for Bob, and Bob may not have punched up the camera, and so we're going to swing this camera around over here as
Bob's ready.
Bob Long is
we
getting
have
ready.
Carl Arregale, the head coach of Neumann-Goretti, with us here. Carl, first off, heck of a game on Friday, an overtime winner. Walk me through how everything went down in South Philadelphia on Friday night.
Well, we kind of gave it away and then we took it back. In a nutshell. I mean, thought we played pretty well for the most part, and shorthanded and handled ourselves well, and then missed some free throws at the end of the game, missed some assignments, and wound up in overtime, and it didn't look good there with about a minute left, but we were able to, pull it out. That's why you play it on the buzzer, I guess. Anything can happen.
What's the challenge of playing, certainly without Kafik, but for a couple of games without Amir, to bridge that until he gets back?
Yeah, well, there's seniors, and they've been through a lot of these games, and a lot of the guys, even Lorenzo's a senior, he didn't play last year, so a lot of these guys are going through a lot of this stuff for the first time, so it's nice to have them out there to help them through it, but, it's too important later on. I need him healthy, so he's got a uniform on today, but I'm not expecting him to play.
Carl, thanks for the time and best of luck.
You got it. No problem.
Carl Arregale, the head coach of Neumann-Goretti, with us here. About 5.5 minutes until tip. We'll take a quick break and come right back.
So he's a commercial.
What's that?
He's a commercial now.
Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfurt Avenue.
Generation after generation. Our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfurt Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dunphyford.com.
Come experience the Dunphy difference. You'll be glad you did.
They said it couldn't be done, but somehow CCM was able to close this home in just 21 days. Carl, how'd you pull this off?
Oh, hard work, dedication, grinding.
Were you ever worried?
Well, you know, Chloe, they pinned us in deep in the second bedroom, inspection issues, but we regrouped. Knew there was still a lot in play.
Well, I'm sure the Franklins were pleasantly surprised.
We got a good organization here. A lot to look forward to.
Good luck with the next close. And there you have it. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done.
So, it's time for your business to renew your lease. Or perhaps you're right-sizing or relocating. This can be an exciting time, but it's also a major project to undertake. Hundreds of decisions to make, some of which may impact your business for the next decade. You know you need an expert on your side from start to finish. What if this expert had no conflicts of interest, no landlords to answer to, and a fiduciary responsibility to work solely in your best interest? Someone who knows the questions to ask, the levers to pull, the pitfalls to avoid. Enter the experts at Gola Corporate Real Estate. They've seen it all over the course of thousands of transactions in dozens of industries. Gola gets it. And what if those experts came with a team? Subject matter experts to manage everything that comes with this process. Space planning and design, relocation planning and budgeting, helping you manage your vendors, construction oversight, all with zero out-of-pocket cost to you. A turnkey experience that adds real value, value that flows right to your bottom line. Gola gets it. We've been partnering with clients like you for over 40 years, and we know what's important: solving problems, creating flexibility, protecting and stretching your dollars. Philadelphia-based with a national presence. Get to know Gola. Gola gets it.
Good afternoon once again, everybody, and welcome to Holy Family University. It's the site of the biggest regular season rivalry in the Philadelphia Catholic League, Neumann-Goretti and Roman Catholic. Let's bring you now inside our broadcast booth. Bob Long, we got Jeff Sharilla and Bruce Badgley here today, a great team for a fantastic game. Jeff, we talk about this rivalry all the time. The winner of the Catholic League, it's either going to be one of these two teams or someone has to go through one of these two teams to lift that hubcap. This year looks no different.
Bob, you hit the nail on the head. What a rivalry game, and it's a rematch of last year's Catholic League Championship, which Roman Catholic won in overtime, defeating Neumann-Goretti. But right now, it's the Saints on top of the division. Perfect 7-0 on the season, but just one game, a half a game back, one in the loss column. Roman Catholic looking to tie things up with a win this afternoon.
Bruce, we've had the opportunity to see this Neumann-Goretti team in person this year, but little different. Kafik Myers out for the year, injured against Archbishop Wood early in the regular season. And now Amir Williams, the 6'6" wing who can knock it down from anywhere, he's out. Hopefully this is the last time he's not suiting up for this team in the regular season, but what is this team going to do without those two horses?
Well, it's Carl Argyle is going to have to draw up some new substitution patterns. He's going to have to look at some different chemistry. And for Chris McNesby, he's going to have to focus in on what is Carl going to throw at him. I'm really looking forward to the chess match between these two great coaches.
And by the way, on the Roman Catholic side, Sharif Jackson, the all-world frontline forward, he will be out for the game here today as well. Again, they expect that he'll be back as soon as next weekend. But the team's a little bit undermanned here today, but a ton of talent remains on the floor. We are excited for it, and we'll be right back with tip-off here from Holy Family University, live on Bob Long Sports.
When your car needs repairs and you can't wait, Meineke can help. With life's crazy schedule between work and family, you'll love Meineke's same-day service. Call today and Meineke will get your car in today. For new brakes, exhaust repairs, or your check engine light comes on, trust Meineke to do the job right. And families have been coming to Meineke for years because Meineke works on any make or model vehicle. Same-day service, value, and trust. Meineke, doing car care right.
Be a part of the biggest live events. The must-see matches.
He scored!
The game day celebrations. Experience live sports and entertainment the way they're meant to be seen. With Joe Hand Promotions, the global leader of live entertainment for bars, restaurants, and cinemas. Create unforgettable moments that fans won't want to miss. Keep the food and drinks flowing with watch parties that will bring customers in the door and expand dwell time. And watch as these visitors turn into loyal customers with exclusive content relationships with the nation's largest sports and entertainment providers. In over 10,000 bars, restaurants, and cinemas across America, and customizable packages for every type of venue. Make your business the place for the next must-see event. Because if fans can't make it to the stadium or arena, your venue is the next best place.
What does this win mean?
Been with the family for a long time. With our team chemistry, it was bound to happen.
Just close, baby!
Such a big win from Cross Country Mortgage. Dedicated to getting it done.
My name is William.
Starters being introduced here for Neumann-Goretti, the team dressed in black here this afternoon. Roman Catholic, they're going to adorn their golden uniforms here today. A home game for the Kaolites at Holy Family University. And guys, as we do hear these starters, one guy I want to focus on is Stefan Ashley Wright, brother of Rob Wright, who transferred this past year to Montverde Christian Academy. Stefan Ashley Wright was supposed to be in the backcourt with Kafik Myers. Now it's really his show. I think he will be a key this evening.
I want to know why they call him Munchie. The nickname. We're going to talk about the 6-foot sophomore point guard, and we really saw that transition from Kafik Myers to Ashley Wright in that game against Wood when Myers went out with the injury, and we had talked about how he's overcome injuries and now he's set back again, and we'll have to see how he develops the rest of the season.
And the starting five for Roman Catholic, Bobby Cottrell, a 6th man last year, a veteran of this team. He's in the backcourt with Cabe Goss. Goss, and very interesting story, a couple of knee injuries that forced him to the sideline in the preseason and then the very early part of the season. This just his 4th game. Goss, I think, Bruce, will be a key for Roman Catholic. Chris McNesby told us pregame, hey, this is a team that's been point guard by committee. It's been a long time since Roman Catholic was point guard by committee. Tony Carr to Xavier Brown, and that's what Roman Catholic had to do. They'll still do, but Cabe Goss has provided a key in handling the basketball and slowing things down offensively.
Yeah, and I think that that's the single biggest story here is typically both of these teams, you know, have that solid 5 that they're going to go out with and they're going to run up and down with for the entire game. And I think that's really the opposite of what we're going to see here today, especially from Neumann-Goretti.
Sammy Jackson, number 30 for Roman Catholic, younger brother of Sharif Jackson and the son of Philadelphia basketball great Mark Jackson, will take the tip against Lorenzo Jerkins, and we are underway. Roman Catholic in gold and Neumann-Goretti in black in front of a sold-out Holy Family University here today. Neumann-Goretti comes out man-to-man, and they get the first steal. And that is the all-everything number 5, Torrey Brooks. He hit the game winner in overtime on Friday night against Archbishop Ryan to maintain that perfect record. Longest that Neumann-Goretti has been perfect to start a season under the great Carl Aragale.
16-0.
Fourth member of our broadcast team today is Brady Joyce on the camera.
Pretty aggressive man-to-man defense way out high for Goretti.
Jerkins now is going to guard Goss, and a defensive challenge as Sammy Jackson currently matched up with the guard, Deshaun Yates. Jackson, Goss. That is a high school 3 that goes down. There are 3 lines drawn here. That's a men's college 3 with the light blue. That is the women's college 3 with the black. And then just kissing the top of the key with the off-color hardwood floor. That is the high school three-point line. Jump stop in the lane, and that is off the leg of Yates. It goes the other way. Get one more look there. And a great swipe down on the basketball by Bobby Cottrell.
And Bob, as always, Jeff Sharilla bringing you unofficial official statistics.
There's an open three. That one won't go. Skying for it is Stefan Ashley Wright. Munchie gets to the hoop. That's a ton of contact.
And no call.
And we had a very good look at it here. So did you at home. And we'll give you a second look. I think there was a swipe down on the arm. And
that tells you the officials want them to play and figure it out on the court without crossing the line.
And the Kalites backed into a zone here.
3-2 with Bobby Cottrell up top. Got it to the middle. Now looking for a cutter off ball. That's Keon Long that had a touch. Now Torrey Brooks. Brooks. Good body control. Count it and one.
The lefty getting it to go, drawing the contact, getting the call, and going to the line to try to complete the old-fashioned three-point play.
Yeah, a bit of a late whistle there. I thought that perhaps that was going to be a play on. Defender there was pretty deep in the lane, and I thought that Brooks did a nice job to keep the body relatively straight up, under control, not blowing through the defender.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't have said that any better, Bob. He did a great job avoiding the contact.
Foul on the floor on the rebound attempt. Perhaps, nope, okay. So that was just a lane violation.
Lane violation, so.
Wow. And it went against Hunter Johnson. Haven't talked about him yet. A senior transfer here for Roman Catholic. Lorenzo Jerkins is blocked by Sammy Jackson.
Looks like underneath is not going to be for the faint of heart today, that's for sure.
Bobby Cottrell goes baseline. Really good skip for Goss. And brought down by Neumann-Goretti. They want to push. Keon Long. What a spin and finish.
Soft left hand.
4-3, Neumann-Goretti early on. Another steal. Here's Yates. Yates against Goss. In the act of shooting, he will shoot two. Goss on the giveaway and committed the personal on the other end. One more look.
Yeah, the Kalites just look like they're a little discombobulated in that offensive flow, and especially that pass. Didn't seem to be very crisp, intercepted, and then all the way down to the other end.
Neumann-Goretti struggling to hit the free throws. It's become a story in this rivalry, certainly after last February, the final Monday in the month of February in 2023, where at the Palestra, Neumann-Goretti missed a lot of free throws in the fourth quarter to bring Roman Catholic back into that basketball game. Even Friday night against Archbishop Ryan, where Torrey Brooks missed 6 free throws in the fourth quarter.
And a couple more in overtime.
That's right.
But
obviously hit the big one.
He hit the 2 big threes to eke out that 1-point win in overtime.
We did talk to assistant coach Andrew Bowman, though, who told us that Torrey Brooks was the last guy out of the gym on Friday night. He was the hero, sure, but he was practicing free throws. He said, I have to hit 100 free throws before I can leave. That's at the end of a Friday night where you were the hero, and Brooks couldn't hit that one. But says a lot about that young man and his work ethic.
And he came in shooting 85%. And so with that many misses, so he was just off that night.
4:20 to go, first quarter.
Let's see if they can get up a high percentage shot this time. They've really been forcing it.
Really good extra kick. The open three is no good. Travis Reed, a good wing. He's had a couple decent looks thus far. Now he defends against Keon Long. Roman Catholic came out of that zone that we pointed out to start the contest. Now in a man-to-man. Ashley Wright, that's a great kick. Can't ask for a better look, and it barely drew the iron. And here comes Hunter Johnson. Johnson with the left hand.
just beautiful how he played the defender as he was going to pass and took it himself.
And a blocking foul is called as Neumann-Goretti. They are lightning quick down the floor. Blink and you'll miss it.
That's right, Bruce. He took it to the defender, a little hesitation crossover, got inside with that left hand. And Bob, as you said, back the other way, we're shooting more free throws.
Keon Long played his freshman year at LaSalle High School and then transferred to MLK in the city. Had an opportunity now to play with Carl Aragale and Neumann-Goretti. He has been excellent. And the lefty gets the first to go. And of course, if you're looking at the top left-hand corner of your screen, visitor here today is Neumann-Goretti. That's pretty easy. But Tigers, of course, is Holy Family University, but today Roman Catholic. 7-5, the Saints of Neumann-Goretti lead. Sammy Jackson defended at the top of the key. That's Jerkins. Jackson is so good spinning, and he got that one to go.
Just great spin move to create space to drop that one down.
Just not enough to get it over the front rim from Stephon Ashley Wright. This is where Roman Catholic is dangerous. Travis Reed.
Staring at the defender, knowing that he's got a clear path to the glass and lays it in soft.
Could have been a hand check called. But, Jeff, you said it. The players are going to decide this one here today. The ticky-tack fouls, I wouldn't expect to see them called.
Well, Bruce said no faint of heart underneath.
That's right. And that one you have to call. Kicked out at that outside hip defensively. Roman Catholic has now picked up their 4th team foul in the quarter.
Wow.
And again, why is that important? Remember, new rules here at the high school level, more similar to what you'll see at the NBA level, where the fouls will reset at the end of each quarter. Once these teams get to 5, they'll go straight to what was the old double bonus in high school. So Lorenzo Jerkins, how does that one not fall? He says, get the cap off that rim for me.
And you just called it, Bob. That's the 5th foul, so they'll be shooting the rest of the way with 2:21 here in the first.
And that's just really all those fouls, just the end result of Neumann-Goretti really pounding it to the glass here early on.
So we talked about the injuries coming into this one. Neumann-Goretti, they'll be without the services of Kafik Myers for the rest of the season. Really disappointing end for him and for Philadelphia Catholic League basketball fans, as he's a guy that's really waited his turn. This was supposed to be his swan song. He battled injuries all of last year, finally was healthy and playing at a high level. Amir Williams for Neumann-Goretti and Sharif Jackson for Roman Catholic, both out today, but we don't expect that will last long for either of them. Reed, no good on the 3.
Yeah, again, awful difficult shot selection there.
Inside they go for Jerkins. Really good patience inside. Give him an offensive rebound, and he'll shoot 2.
He's so strong down low, averaging a double-double on the season, averaging the points and the rebounds, and just picked up a couple of free throws, and now he's back at the line.
Yeah, just relentless going after that ball.
Lorenzo Jerkins, his story really was a tough one last year. He transferred over from Chester because of a family situation, and his living situation changed. He wasn't living in the Chester School District anymore, moved to the city of Philadelphia. So his options were go to a public school in the city of Philadelphia or choose to play somewhere in the Catholic League, Neumann-Goretti closest to him. Disappointing situation for him and the whole Neumann-Goretti staff when he was deemed ineligible for the entire 2022-2023 season. And so to see him playing, if you have a heart, it's great to see him having this opportunity. He just loves to play basketball. he has some serious interest and will be playing at the next level, Westchester, etc. And Lorenzo Jerkins, just one of those guys that you cheer for on a human basis.
And the PIAA is always in a tough spot when you have to look at the intent of the transfers, and there are rules in place so that you can't stack a team. And you said about the public league versus the coming to Neumann-Goretti, he probably would have had to sit out whatever school district he was based in when he came to Philadelphia, because it was a transfer from Chester.
Right. And Neumann-Goretti, the bugaboo continues from the charity stripe.
He's 2 for 4. He hit the first 2. This trip, he missed both.
Sammy Jackson. Jackson is so good going over that left shoulder. Dribble drive and the finish.
Great patience by the Kaleites there, working it until they got that high percentage shot.
Hunter Johnson on that one.
A quick ball movement.
A really good one. Roman Catholic with the 2-point advantage late in the first quarter. Jerkins, yes. And isn't that how you beat the zone, Bruce? Get the ball to the middle.
Absolutely.
If it collapses, kick. If it doesn't, you got an 8-foot bunny. Neumann-Goretti, they've stayed man almost entirely thus far. Open 3 for Sammy Jackson, and that's well short. That one is, I think, one that Neumann-Goretti can live with. Jerkins, no. Everything but the finish.
That was Sebastian Edwards with the contest at the rim.
And Edwards couldn't hit that one, but there's Jackson all alone. Take the lid off the rim here at Holy Family. Neumann-Goretti runs. Ashley Wright, contact without a call.
They are letting them play.
Open down low is Bobby Cottrell, and he will shoot 2 at the line.
And that's the first one on the day for Neumann-Goretti with just under 12 ticks to go.
And look at Goss run the break. One pass, and then better vision here from Sebastian Edwards. Don't let it hit the ground. Get it to the block. That's great transition offense from Roman Catholic.
So far, the Kaleites looking much better in the up-tempo rather than the half court.
Samaj Robinson getting his first action of the day, checking in.
With all of those seniors gone from Roman Catholic, we touched on it, Bobby Cottrell and his leadership role. Jermiah Stewart Herring, Eric Oliver Bush, and then, of course, Xavier Brown and Anthony Finkley, all to the next level. They only went 6 deep last year. Now final 4 seconds and a travel. We'll give it back to Roman Catholic. And to finish that point, so Cottrell already at that point last year, a junior at that point on a senior-laden team. So only one guy coming back with him. That's now junior Sharif Jackson, who's not playing. He's the only man standing from the majority of the Roman Catholic games and minutes played last year. 3.5 seconds to go, and they'll give it right back to Neumann-Goretti.
Stepped on the line.
2.2 on the clock.
And now Roman, instead of having to go the full length of the court, Neumann-Goretti will get it at half court and try to get off a quick one.
And they go offense, defense. They get C.J. Miller in there. And he stepped on the end line.
Oh, my.
0.3 seconds left, which is just enough time for a catch and shoot. Anything less than that, it has to be a tip by rule. Maybe not if you wind it back. And that is the end of the first quarter. So just what we expected. And you see Sharif Jackson, by the way, in street clothes. First out there to greet his teammates. Very quickly, Cabe Goss and Sammy Jackson back to the scorer's table to get that offensive unit back onto the floor. Jeff Sharilla, to you, opening thoughts on the first 8 minutes.
I'm trying to catch my breath, back and forth, pace, up and down. Nobody's dominating, but it's being spread the wealth, as you mentioned earlier, getting those quick passes for good looks, and the officials are letting them play, Bruce.
Yeah, they are. And for Roman Catholic, I tell you what, it just didn't seem like they had a really cohesive offensive flow. I had some difficult times. Let's credit the Goretti defense for making him uncomfortable on the offensive end. But Goretti, I mean, they were just pounding the glass. I mean, it showed in the fouls that the Roman Catholic had to commit to, keep the ball away. But, boy, I tell you what, I was impressed with the way that Goretti really hammered at the basket, because that's going to pay dividends down the road.
Neumann-Goretti remains undefeated, and they've won a number of ways. We talked about Friday night winning in the final 5 seconds with that three from Torrey Brooks. Yes, they missed a lot of free throws in that game. They missed a lot of free throws in this game. But maybe the best stat about Neumann-Goretti all season long, Jeff and Bruce, is that when they played the reigning Delaware State champs, Salesianum, Neumann-Goretti went 32 of 32 from the foul line. That is a Philadelphia City record.
And tonight, 5 of 9, so they're leaving some points out on the floor.
So which Neumann-Goretti team are you going to get on a given day? 16 times it's been a winner. And it'll go the other way on the opening position.
Bob, you've done a lot of Catholic League games in your day. When was the last time you saw a 3-second call?
That's the first one I've seen in high school this year. I mean,
that's my point.
Yeah.
But I think it was the right call. I mean, he didn't move out of the lane after he passed the ball.
It just tells you that offenses are just flow, and nobody's standing around, and he just maybe got caught hanging around, and it was the right call.
Edwards, Jackson for three, and that one's good. A 6'5" big. He's only going to grow more. Take that skill set with you to the next level. This is a young man that will impress during the remainder of his time in high school.
Yeah, and he's only going to mature physically there, too.
Roman stays in that 3-2 zone with Goss near the top of the key, sagging a little bit when the ball goes to the wing. Brooks, a deep three. That one's not even close. Saved inbounds, and here's an opportunity here for Robert Cottrell, who turned it over. First on the floor is Goss. Edwards for three. Yes. Hustle, effort, reward.
And knowledge of where everybody was on the floor yet. I mean, everybody was in good position to get that good shot.
Jerkins got to the block. Strong finish over the 6'5" Sammy Jackson. This is what we expected here. Roman Catholic with a 5-point lead. Goss. That's a great kick. Extra pass. Edwards couldn't hit it from that same spot, but Goss again. Jackson, second chance points for Roman Catholic. Both of them initiated by Cade Goss, his 5th game back from injury. Feels good to have him back on the floor.
The kick out, the corner, and then the quick pass to Jackson, who's coming back because he was ready to get back on defense, so he flows into the offense and hits his second three-pointer, the 5th. Check that 4-3 for Roman here as they now have their biggest lead of the night.
Yeah, and some flow in that offense. I mean, that extra pass, getting the open shot. You can see it with the Kaleites here this quarter, something that they lacked in the first quarter.
And credit to Chris Nesby and the system. You know, he won his championship last year, the 3rd time they won the Catholic League. You've got players coming in and out with just all the talent, and that just tells you the players are well schooled and they know, let's flow. Let's work it. We know where we're supposed to be, and that's just good coaching and good execution by the players.
You mentioned Chris McNesby, worth shedding some light on his story as well. Back for his 2nd stint as the Roman Catholic head coach. Coached those really talented teams with Tony Carr and Lamar Stevens, Nazir Bostic, and when even some of the younger guys, Seth Lundy, Hakeem Hart, were coming in as youngsters, and then took some time with his family, and Matt Griffin took over. Played at St. Joe's Prep, Griffin family, well known here in Philadelphia. And then Matt Griffin went to coach as an assistant at the University of Albany. There was a very talented team coming back for Roman Catholic when he elected to do that. So Chris McNesby, it was his time to come back to the rotation and back to the coaching staff to lead the way for Roman Catholic. Jerkins, good kick out. Keon Long for the second time as well, Long from distance. Goss, Cottrell, and Jackson. Ping pong, it is a thing of beauty.
And the thing of beauty is how the Kalites just seem to know where everybody's supposed to be on the floor, and they're in the right spots.
Jackson has 10. It's a 10-point lead.
And that one was a fastball where he needed to put some gusto on it, but from a tight space, that's tough. Now the first look at Matt Gukas. The 6'3" senior played some big minutes against Archbishop Ryan, specifically because he was the guy tasked with guarding 6'8" Thomas Sorber for long stretches of that game. Sorber got his 25 points, but he made it really difficult for Sorber.
And Coach Aragale specifically called out his performance.
Sammy Jackson, give him 3 from 3. Largest lead for Roman Catholic.
You get these guys the ball in rhythm right now in a little space. Boy, are they knocking them down.
Jerkins. That's what you got to do, though. Get the ball to the center of that zone and trust Jerkins. Very smart young man to make the right decisions.
A couple of trips ago, Neumann-Goretti settled for a deep, long 3. We'll see if they get impatient and jack one up, or if they look for that soft spot in the center with a kick to the corner, or if they take another one. There you go. There's a floater.
Yep, and there's another way to get the ball to the center of the zone, right, Jeff? You can get there via the dribble drive. Good body control and a great floater.
That was Brooks, correct?
Yes, it was.
Unofficial, official stats.
That's right. Great movement off the ball from Roman Catholic. Jackson, not that time. And Neumann-Goretti looking to move quickly to beat that zone down the floor. Perhaps a bit of a settle. Goss comes to the basketball. What a pass. And it'll stay here. A forearm to the back of Robert Cottrell trying to rebound the basketball.
I didn't see but it looked like the reaction face Matty Gukas looked like he was the guilty party.
Yeah,
I think it was Deshaun Yates, number 0.
I apologize. He was just upset that his teammate got the foul call.
Turned into bombs away here for the Kalites here this quarter.
Goss for 3.
There's another one, Bruce.
And another offensive rebound. Goss again involved. This time he's blocked by Jerkins. No numbers for Stephon Ashley Wright. And so they'll reset. Brooks had his pocket picked and got it back. This is where he's so good, but Sammy Jackson takes it off his hands. Cottrell.
Oh, what a sweet play. Look back to see if the defender was behind him before he went for the layup. Incredible.
Back to it here. 2:49 to play. There's a 3 from Stephon Ashley Wright. Goss leads the break. Can't leave Cottrell open.
Oh.
And Goss picks up the personal foul, just the first team foul against Roman Catholic here in the second quarter.
Right to the jaw. Wow.
The little guy getting feisty.
Samaj Robinson checks back in, replacing Cabe Goss. And a full timeout on the floor. Gives us a chance to remind everybody to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
And share it.
And share the video here today. There's a lot of you watching, so hopefully we can grab a lot of likes on this video and subscriptions. It really helps what we do. The algorithm, you guys know what that means, certainly, in terms of YouTube.
Yeah.
But it helps us get to the front of your doorstep for when we bring you other Philadelphia Catholic League, District 12, and Philadelphia area high school content.
And Bob, I like to do this every broadcast and to give the people behind the scenes look of how much Bob Long himself does when it comes to the production, the broadcast, the running the video and making sure the replays are tight and getting Brady to come and help us with all these. It's a big effort, and you do a lot for Bob Long Sports and for the Catholic League, and we always thank you for what you do because it is truly a labor of love and a kind of a public service announcement.
Oh, thank you, Jeff. I enjoy it very much, and we appreciated the call from Brian Haas, the athletic director here at Roman Catholic High School, to get us out, because I don't know about you guys, I don't see any seats up for grabs. I see a bunch of temporary folding chairs on the baseline. I see people wrapping around us here. I see people standing in between the stands.
And a little different than the atmosphere that Roman played on Friday night with the crew that
right.
did that game. That was phenomenal inside their home gym.
So yes, when there's no room at the inn, we need to broadcast it for everybody, and we're glad that we're here. Long is fouled. Nudge came before the travel at 2:17 to play. Second team foul on Roman Catholic. Jerkins, he can hit that. That one's just a little short.
Yeah, Goretti just totally confused on offense right now.
Wow, what a catch inside. That's an athletic play from C.J. Miller. Thought of primarily as a rebounder, a defender, and a guy that can give you minutes when Sharif Jackson and Sammy Jackson are off the floor. But that young man has some motor skills, hand-eye coordination, and footwork. Deshaun Yates, they're willing to give him
that
the
one,
20-plus footer there. Yates, tough shot. And again, there's Miller. And I think that what happened there was Jerkins had one hand on the basketball with his foot on the baseline. Roman Catholic basketball.
And again, I'm kind of surprised that Coach Aragale maybe isn't trying. Well, he's getting a little bit of full court here, but can't let this get too far out of hand.
I'll tell you what I'm impressed about is Jeff Howe, and there's a foul called right in the middle of the floor by Yates, is how deep Roman Catholic is going into the rotation with Sharif Jackson hurt. And this is a guy, Chris McNesby, he can coach any roster that he has, but last year he played 6 guys all season, knowing that 2 of them were very likely going to be ineligible for PIAA playoff purposes, so they went into PIAA playoffs basically playing 4 guys that had played it all during the regular season. I don't know if you guys know this, 5 have to play, unless you're in Hoosiers and you're Norm Dale.
My team is on the court.
And so to see what he's doing this year with a younger group in a lot of ways, very impressive, and this is a group that is ready to go deeper, Jeff.
And Sammy Jackson is carrying the load today with 13 3-3s and just getting into the flow of the offense and finding his shot in rhythm.
Yeah, and in our little Instagram open, I kind of touched on the fact, guys, that I felt that depth was going to be really the key to this game.
With a minute to go, Roman Catholic has a 15-point lead.
And they're content to play up top and weave the ball.
Jackson. Cottrell, the lane opens up, and that will count. Reaching for the rafters here at Holy Family. It's a good call. It's a really athletic play to get that high and block that basketball.
And that backboard is still shaking. Wow.
Very good call. Jerkins was the one who skied high. So now it's the largest lead for Roman Catholic. Neumann-Goretti's perfect record perhaps as in doubt as it's been all year, or at least since Friday night. Lorenzo Jerkins hits the deuce. And that's pulled away. Lorenzo Jerkins, he's got 3 guys with him, takes it himself. And Long is fouled. I know that Jackson has a long wingspan, but there was a passing lane there somewhere, I think, to get that ball to Ashley Wright.
Yeah, he took the Euro step, and then Hunter Johnson came flying in to get a piece of the ball.
Yeah, but let's not look the other way here. Goretti here getting, a couple baskets here late to, get some momentum going into the locker room.
And Long hits the first. .6 seconds to play.
Plenty of time. A couple of dribbles and a half-court heave.
That's right. And it's a quick 4-0 spurt in the final 20 seconds. Can Roman Catholic get one last look? Great job by Neumann-Goretti to force him to catch it going towards his own basket. And 13 points from a deficit standpoint feels a lot different than 17. Neumann-Goretti with that mini run, Bruce, finds themselves in a good spot. Certainly a lot of work to do, but that modicum of momentum going to half.
Absolutely, and just look back on the fact that, the Kalites had the opportunity. They had the ball. They had the opportunity to run out the clock. And instead what happens is the lead gets down to only 13 as we, head to halftime there. And Big Mo on the side of Goretti, I think. What do you think?
I'll respectfully disagree.
Okay.
How about Little Mo? They get a little bit of momentum, but if I'm in the locker room and I'm Chris McNesby, I feel pretty good despite that last minute, and know that as quickly as we got up 18 points, and we're still at 13, a couple of baskets and it could be right back to where it was. But on the flip side, Aragale got to feel better than he did, as you pointed out, but still not comfortable because they just have not been able to solve the zone.
Lightning quick half times here at the high school basketball level, so don't go anywhere. And in 9 minutes, we'll be back with basketball on the floor. This is the big one. Roman Catholic, Neumann-Goretti, 2 arch rivals in the class of the Philadelphia Catholic League. Stay tuned.
Dunphy Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfurt Avenue.
Generation after generation, our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfurt Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dunphyford.com.
Come experience the Dunphy difference. You'll be glad you did.
They said it couldn't be done, but somehow CCM was able to close this home in just 21 days. Carl, how'd you pull this off?
Oh, hard work, dedication, grinding.
Were you ever worried?
Well, you know, Chloe, they pinned us in deep in the second bedroom, inspection issues, but we regrouped. Knew there was still a lot in play.
Well, I'm sure the Franklins were pleasantly surprised.
We got a good organization here. A lot to look forward to.
Good luck with the next close. And there you have it. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done.
So, it's time for your business to renew your lease. Or perhaps you're right-sizing or relocating. This can be an exciting time, but it's also a major project to undertake. Hundreds of decisions to make, some of which may impact your business for the next decade. You know you need an expert on your side from start to finish. What if this expert had no conflicts of interest, no landlords to answer to, and a fiduciary responsibility to work solely in your best interest? Someone who knows the questions to ask, the levers to pull, the pitfalls to avoid. Enter the experts at Gola Corporate Real Estate. They've seen it all over the course of thousands of transactions in dozens of industries. Gola gets it. And what if those experts came with a team? Subject matter experts to manage everything that comes with this process. Space planning and design, relocation planning and budgeting, helping you manage your vendors, construction oversight, all with zero out-of-pocket cost to you. A turnkey experience that adds real value, value that flows right to your bottom line. Gola gets it. We've been partnering with clients like you for over 40 years, and we know what's important: solving problems, creating flexibility, protecting and stretching your dollars. Philadelphia-based with a national presence. Get to know Gola. Gola gets it.
When your car needs repairs and you can't wait, Meineke can help. With life's crazy schedule between work and family, you'll love Meineke's same-day service. Call today and Meineke will get your car in today. For new brakes, exhaust repairs, or your check engine light comes on, trust Meineke to do the job right. And families have been coming to Meineke for years because Meineke works on any make or model vehicle. Same-day service, value, and trust. Meineke, doing car care right.
Be a part of the biggest live events. The must-see matches.
He's gone!
The game day celebrations. Experience live sports and entertainment the way they're meant to be seen. With Joe Hand Promotions, the global leader of live entertainment for bars, restaurants, and cinemas. Create unforgettable moments that fans won't want to miss. Keep the food and drinks flowing with watch parties that will bring customers in the door and expand dwell time. And watch as these visitors turn into loyal customers with exclusive content relationships with the nation's largest sports and entertainment providers. In over 10,000 bars, restaurants, and cinemas across America, and customizable packages for every type of venue. Make your business the place for the next must-see event. Because if fans can't make it to the stadium or arena, your venue is the next best place.
What does this win mean?
Been with the family for a long time. With our team chemistry, it was bound to happen.
Just close, baby!
Such a big win from Cross Country Mortgage, dedicated to getting it done.
My name is William Ryan, and I'm attending Boston College next year. LaSalle obviously academically is so strong, and that prepares me for college, prepares me for the next 4 years at Boston College. But furthermore, I think the community here at LaSalle and the experiences that they provide will allow me to thrive at Boston College next year. The college counseling office here at LaSalle prepared me for the college application process through just one-on-one interviews with my college counselor, and also just having the door open here, and whenever I had any questions, there were so many resources for me to use and for me to be able to fill out the application to the best of my ability. Obviously we have the Choose Your Path motto, but I like to say it's more of a Blaze Your Path motto. On the basketball team, LaSalle gave me an awesome opportunity to help the team in ways that I wouldn't have expected otherwise by putting together scouting reports and stuff like that. And that's what LaSalle offers. It offers every kid to kind of take the initiative and go forth and do what they want, but do it in an individualistic way.
Dunphy Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfurt Avenue.
Generation after generation, our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfurt Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dunphyford.com.
Come experience the Dunphy difference. You'll be glad you did.
Halftime here at Holy Family University, and we'll get back underway shortly. Jeff Sharilla has some stats for us.
Thank you very much, Bob. As we see the scoreboard with the clock running, the Tigers are the Roman Catholic Cahalites. They lead this by 13. The leading scorers so far in this ball game, it's been the Sammy Jackson show. He has 13. Second leading scorer is Bobby Cottrell. He has 5 with a couple of buckets. On the Neumann-Goretti side, it's Lorenzo Jerkins. He has 8. He 2 for 4 from the foul line, 6 points from the field, and then also on the line is Keon Long. He has 4 for 4 from the line and a basket. The biggest lead of the night was 17 points at 32-15. And right now, as we talked about heading into halftime, the lead has been whittled down to 13. We'll see how it plays out here to start the second half.
And let's bring you now inside the broadcast booth. He is Jeff Sharilla. He's Bruce Badgley. And we got some worlds colliding here. So, Jeff, your days of working here in Philadelphia in media for many years. Bruce coming our way from Berks County. Thrilled to be sitting next to you guys here tonight.
But you always like to say that there's always the what is it, the showcase game? What do you call it? The standalone game. How about this being the game on the schedule, Bruce?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's why I'm here. I mean, nice Sunday afternoon game. And, boy, I tell you, seeing some good basketball here. And, Roman Catholic, I think in the second quarter, they were just clicking on all cylinders on offense in that offensive flow, knocking down, open threes. But those threes were open because of, that extra pass on the offensive end. Really started to play some good basketball in the half court.
They did, and Neumann-Goretti looking for answers. Roman Catholic has played a lot of zone against this Neumann-Goretti team, and can they get it into the center of that zone, force either a collapse for a kick out, or be able to get to the basket and get some easy buckets that way? I think that'll be the key to see if the Saints can stay unbeaten here in Philadelphia Catholic League play and overall. The longest undefeated start to a season under Carl Aragale in the program's history. Third quarter underway. Roman Catholic in the gold and Neumann-Goretti in the black.
And if they're going to get back in this game, it has to come on the defensive end.
A combined 1 loss between these two teams. Couldn't finish up at the rim. Hunter Johnson had as good a look as you could expect, but a good contest high by Neumann-Goretti. Long. That's really good defense by Johnson, but Long got it back.
And I think that's the key to the second half for Goretti is how are they going to be able to keep going at that rim? They've got to keep going inside because they've had difficult times beyond the arc, and that K-Light zone defense just not letting anything up from the beyond the arc.
Well, and again, I think Johnson on that last possession did a really good job expecting that spin to the baseline. Some good film study there. But too much effort by Long to get that offensive carom. So now it's down to 11. Going back to the later stages of the second quarter, it's a 6-0 run for the Saints of Neumann-Goretti. Sebastian Edwards. Edwards to the hoop, and it opened up like the Red Sea.
Yeah, just great spacing on offense by the K-Lights there.
And Long is blocked by Hunter Johnson on the other end. That's the second in as many possessions where Hunter Johnson has been very impressive tracking back. rises high. Now straight out of that inbounds play, the three won't go. Roman Catholic 3-on-1. Oh, great pass. Cottrell. Two of them won't go.
Lid on the basket, Bob.
Sebastian Edwards.
Oh, my.
Can't argue with any of those looks. Three really good ones. Yates, now Jerkins. Jerkins attacks the body of Miller. Beg your pardon, that's Sammy Jackson there. And here comes Bobby Cottrell. And he is fouled hard. He'll shoot two.
Yeah, about all he could do there. But both teams with some really good looks inside early on and not a lot to show for it.
Jeff, there's one thing there's a lot of things that I've been impressed with about Roman Catholic over the years, but Chris McNesby can teach defense and he can teach guys and get them to buy in. The guy that I talked about right at the beginning when Neumann-Goretti was introducing their starting lineups was Stephon Ashley Wright. Without Kafik Myers, without the safety valve in the wing, Amir Williams playing today, that they need to see a lot from him. He's been largely neutralized today by Roman Catholic.
Yeah, a lot of it has to do with the zone.
Missed the foul shots. 35-21. That three won't go. Jerkins, another rebound for him. Jerkins, on the other hand, has been very active and involved. There's a slice to the hoop by Deshaun Yates.
Just can't fall asleep against the Goretti. They're going to take advantage of every sliver of daylight you give them.
Oh, picking up full court and getting the turnover.
A slick floor has Travis Reed sliding. The timeout as Chris McNesby just wants to get this under control. No reason to play outside yourself. And a 12-point lead with 5:17 to play in the third quarter.
Yeah, and, I think a very important possession here for Goretti. I mean, the psychological, we talk about it all the time, but getting this lead down under 10 points.
Under 10, if you're within 8, I think, heading into the fourth quarter, that's a comfortable place to be. Once it starts pushing up 14, 15, it becomes a big mountain to try to overcome.
And Coach Aragale there, he's just calm as a cucumber.
But you could tell he was a little annoyed.
Yep, that's right. He's been doing this as long and as well as anyone. Carl Aragale Court in South Philadelphia, named just earlier this year, and deservedly so. Long, they wave off the shot, and that is just the first team foul against Roman Catholic here in the third quarter.
And you talk about that, here's as you see the replay, 816 career winning percentage, closing in on 600 career wins. That's probably a good reason why you're going to name a court.
That's right.
After him.
By the way, I think Roman Catholic doing a great job when Keon Long does want to get to the basket, has shown that even though he is a lefty, he loves to attack and get to the hoop off his right-handed dribble. Jerkins had a cutter down low, couldn't find him.
But again, another chance.
Wow, Stephon Ashley Wright finishes over 2 K-Lights and Lorenzo Jerkins.
Munchie unofficially, that's his first basket, first points of the ball game.
Cabe Goss.
Apologies.
Sure hands of Sammy Jackson.
Boy, that defensive pressure ramped way up for Goretti.
Cabe Goss. Perhaps bailed out there, driving into trouble. Keon Long picks up the personal. Team second. Gotta love, by the way, top left-hand corner of your screen, the digital scoreboard here at Holy Family, the all-important timeouts left, which you don't often get here at the high school level. It becomes a big deal, by the way, and again, you often see the visitors holding a few more of those because of the rule at the high school level where the clock continues to tick even on a made basket inside a minute. There's an open three for Bobby Cottrell. Yates, he'll get all the way into the lane. Great look, great finish. Deshaun Yates.
And how great was that? Basically just stopping before he dribbled himself into trouble to take the uncontested shot.
Neumann-Goretti in the man-to-man. They are not switching. Yates defends Goss. Goss with a quick first step and off the heel. Neumann-Goretti picked the pocket. Sebastian Edwards looked relatively clean.
Until he crashed to the floor and the whistle was blown.
That's right. Goss, that is. I beg your pardon, yes. Yates going to the floor.
Bob with the replay. Bob Long Sports Replays.
We do what we can. Stephon Ashley Wright. That is kept in bounds. Yates would be a big one. And it's halfway down. A jump ball, the alternate possession. We'll keep it here.
I don't know.
How does that not fall?
But you read my mind. You say it. How did it not go in?
Yeah. And Goretti really doing a great job, giving themselves second chances.
And third chances now.
Would have been a big one. Would have cut it to 8 points. That single digits that Jeff talked about. Yates lost the basketball. This time it was clean. Bodies all over the floor. Numbers for Roman Catholic. Edwards with the finish and perhaps a carry ignored around mid-floor.
Oh, my, yes.
I love watching Jerkins versus Jackson.
Yep.
Those two have been banging all game.
Sebastian Edwards provides some length coming off the bench this year for Roman Catholic. No doubt getting a much larger role while Sharif recovers from his injury. Cabe Goss, Bobby Cottrell.
Oh, man.
And here comes Neumann-Goretti. They run here at Holy Family. And again, Jackson squared him up pretty well. I do think that's a good call. But Neumann-Goretti is onto it with Keon Long. Keon Long likes to get to the basket, not with his left hand, but with his right.
Yeah, and again, Goretti is just going fearlessly toward the basket.
I feel like they've become more confident with their attack, running the floor. But again, they have to get the stops in order for that attacking offense to make a difference.
Exactly. I mean, off of the break there, the first thing is the rebound. And, you know, we talked about it here most of the third quarter is how really Goretti's controlling the boards on both ends.
And yet?
Yeah, and yet, it's still a 13-point advantage for Roman Catholic.
Long with the sweet stroke now, 5 for 5 from the line.
All the Longs have a sweet basketball shooting stroke. Jeff?
We're going to have to pull up your
show me the lie.
Your stat sheets.
Yeah. Nope. I'm not seeing the floor in this game. I can tell you that. Not in my day.
And there's your jinx, 5 for 5.
That's right.
Clank.
That one kept alive. Matt Gukas out there to defend. Goss. Great look. The extra one for Cottrell. And it all starts with the penetration from Cabe Goss.
Yeah, absolutely. There's just no defense for that. Great offensive flow on that possession.
There is only one team in the Catholic League without a loss, either in league play or overall. And it is the team in black, trailing by 15 points. Lorenzo Jerkins trying to keep it that way.
Just great maneuvering there in amongst the entire defense there.
Good footwork, good power. He's got 10.
And always the threat of the pass, too. That's what kept the players off him.
Cabe Goss. Boy, how good a distributor is he? Now Jackson loves to get to that right shoulder. with the left hand, but it wouldn't go.
Jerkins with the D.
Open three for Brooks.
Oh.
Guka steps in. That might have been blocked by Jackson. And now 44 seconds to go. Roman Catholic.
Bruce, you taking the air out?
Absolutely. I mean, my God, the worst that's going to happen is you're 13 points up.
Gabe Goss.
5-second call. Oh, my.
Stefan Ashley Wright hounding. So we've seen a 3-second call and now a 5-second call in the same high school game.
Yeah, as he moves 6 feet down the floor towards the basket. Listen, by the way, I do this a lot, and folks that watch us know how we feel about this. The officials are calling it the way the National Federation of High Schools want it to be called. So they're not doing anything wrong. I have a massive issue with that rule. Do you have a bigger issue with that rule or the NFL fumble it into the end zone turnover when you're heading for the touchdown, as we saw in that Bills game? I don't know on the NFL side, I don't know where would you spot the ball? Who would you give it to?
That's another conversation, but it's still a harsh penalty to fumble it. So which rule do you hate more?
Oh, clearly the 5 seconds. I couldn't tell you an alternative for the NFL rule. I got an alternative there. Let him play on. Keon Long going the other way. Sammy Jackson stands in.
Oh, my. I mean, look, I guess you want to, you're trying to go for the last shot there, but, you have to stay under control. And for the most part, most of the players on both sides have stayed in control when they've gone to the basket today.
Good call, Bob.
Absolutely. Block charge looked good here. Sammy Jackson had his feet planted. We don't even need, because it's not part of it in high school, a restricted area, but there's one draw in here anyway because it's at the college level, and he was outside of it. 6 seconds left. Gabe Goss knifes his way in. It's a wide open three at the horn.
Wow.
Can't ask for a better one from Hunter Johnson, but it is a 13-point lead for Roman Catholic heading to the fourth quarter.
What was the score at halftime? What was the
32-19?
So that was 13 points. So,
yeah.
Push, third quarter push.
11 apiece.
Yeah, and quite honestly, Goretti really looked strong in that quarter. Physically on the boards. They controlled the boards, but yet just couldn't make a dent, obviously, as you pointed out, in that advantage. And, that's kudos to Coach McNesby there. I mean, keeping the guys focused. But Goretti, too, I think that, they got a little bit out of control there. I mean, the reason they needed all those second and third chances is they really missed a lot of shots.
Third quarter break here from Holy Family University. This is Bob Long Sports and our coverage of Philadelphia Catholic League basketball. One more ask to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We can't share it right this instant, but we do have some great programming coming up in the next week here that we want to make sure everyone's aware of. Another big game in the Catholic League.
So this is a teaser that you're nailing down that's not quite ready for release?
It's not ready for public. It's nailed down.
Okay.
But we want to make sure everyone buys their tickets to this game. So, yeah, there's a little hint. It's a game that will probably sell out. But
okay,
tune in, subscribe to the channel, and you'll know soon. So make sure you follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, like this video. And, Jeff, as you said, share this link with your friends.
Share.
You got the basketball junkie in your life. Tell them about Bob Long Sports.
What do you think, Bruce? First halfway through the quarter, first 2 to 3 minutes going to set the tone of how this ends?
Well, I do, and I think that the K-Lights just have to remain patient on offense. Burn some clock here. Make Goretti play some defense.
Goss, lightning quick with that crossover. Bobby Cottrell. That count is at 4. Now they abandon it.
And good patience so far by the K-Lights. And look at that back door. Oh!
Count it and 1 for Bobby Cottrell. So that is exactly how you start the fourth quarter for Roman Catholic. 44-second possession, a layup at the hoop, one more coming at the line.
Coach McNesby can't feel any more proud of his team. That's what you want your team to do coming out, after with your first possession of a quarter.
And again, we know both of these teams shorthanded. Amir Williams for Neumann-Goretti, of course, Kafik Myers, who will be out the rest of the way. They have to operate without him regardless of how far they go. But Williams they expect back. Jerkins doing some work inside. But for Roman Catholic, Sharif Jackson, one of two guys that saw any minutes at all last year in the run of the regular season, out today. They hope to have him back very soon. But without the services of Sharif Jackson, looking to take down Neumann-Goretti from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Just a terrific recognition there that the lane was open, and just a great drive.
Edwards, correct?
Edwards, Sebastian Edwards on that one. Gukas no good. 16-point lead. Goss got into the lane, just knifing his way. Chris Paul-esque, keeping the defender on his back, and Travis Reed with the off-ball cut.
Slipping.
18-point lead for Roman Catholic. Yates is fouled. Good call there. Edwards nowhere near legal guarding position on the hip check.
Hip check into the boards.
Here comes Hunter Johnson.
In the last couple of defensive possessions, while Roman has been quick ball movement, I've seen a lot of reaching where Neumann-Goretti is getting a little desperate.
Getting a little tired, too.
And desperate and tired.
Well, you can't blame him for being a little tired. The Catholic League is on a Monday-Friday split this year. Occasionally teams will play Sunday. This is one of those games. So not only is it now sped up by one day, Friday to Sunday for Neumann-Goretti, you go to overtime, an emotional victory against Archbishop Ryan.
You're shorthanded.
You're shorthanded. You could understand if they were a little bit flat, and Roman Catholic put them there in a lot of ways. Roman Catholic has been sharp from the jump. Goss creates shots like that all day long and keeps getting rebounds as the smallest guy on the floor. How much fun is he to watch? 5:20 to play. A couple of good looks.
The 5'8" senior, just a bundle of energy.
But making a lot of good decisions with the basketball out there right now.
And he's catching a blow.
And in terms of assists for Cabe Goss, he's got at least two. He's got a couple here today, but he'd have a lot more. He's created wide open looks. It's been really good.
Oh, boy, you got to make that one.
Hunter Johnson pulls this one down, and Roman Catholic, for the moment, not in any hurry. Bobby Cottrell, there's the cutter inside, pulled away from him. That was Reed. Stephon Ashley Wright, spinning amongst three Roman Catholic Kaolites. He'll shoot two.
Man, was he fast. I mean, he just slashed all the way across the lane without a dribble.
One more look, trying to get over that left shoulder with the right hand. This is matchup one of question mark between these two teams this year. They ended up playing twice last year, once in the regular season and once in the big one. The Philadelphia Catholic League Championship game at the Palestra, and for long stretches of the year, quite frankly, until this moment, these two teams look like the team to beat in the Catholic League. And then there's Father Judge.
7-1.
7-1, who just beat Roman Catholic on Monday night. Cottrell couldn't finish. And now they see this result. Sharif Jackson got hurt halfway through that game, so Roman Catholic had the services for Jackson for a decent portion of that game. And Father Judge pulled away late. So the Crusaders have to feel good here. With the inside track, they have not played Neumann-Goretti yet. With the head-to-head hammer on Roman Catholic, could you be looking at 1 seed Father Judge?
And then potentially you would have the Neumann-Goretti Roman, the 2-3 in a semi, not the championship.
Could be. And then, of course, Archbishop Wood in the mix for a potential 3 seed as well. Archbishop Ryan, they have 3 losses, but so many games in front of them, including a game on the road against Father Judge on Monday night. There's Bobby Cottrell knifing to the hoop, an 18-point lead.
17 for Bobby.
Stephon Ashley Wright, no good. And Goss looks up floor. Travis Reed, throw it down.
With authority there, but yeah, Coach Argale, timeout, but just a great run here by the Kaleites in the last 2 minutes.
And I'm kicking myself a little bit. We've talked about some of the things we've seen. The one thing I said in my head we haven't seen is something for the dunk tracker, and there's the first one.
Huck Palmer, hopefully streaming live here today with the dunk tracker.
What's the Twitter account for that? I got to check that out.
I believe it's at Huck Palmer.
Huck Palmer.
H-U-C-K. Roman Catholic with a 20-point lead over Neumann-Goretti with 3:48 to play here in the fourth quarter.
So, Bob, you were talking about the top of the standings, and it's pretty obvious now that we're going to have 2 8-1 teams with Judge. I'm sorry, check that. An 8-1 team at Roman, and then 2 7-1 teams with Goretti and Judge yet to play, correct?
Well, I mean, Neumann, that's right. Those 2 teams have not played each other.
They have yet to play. So it's going to be, you mentioned Wood and Prep are
right
there as well. So it's going to be an interesting 14-game schedule as you go through and
13 teams.
13-game schedule, and Valentine's Day, first round of the playoffs as they make their way to the Palestra and the championship on February 26th.
Yeah, the league is not making it easy on me with that first round, if I'm honest with you guys.
In case folks don't know, Bob Long, a new father, relatively new.
Thank you.
Valentine's Day for his lovely wife, and he with a baby. So, and now you've got a first round.
That's still tough getting used to. Pre-baby and post-baby Bob.
Right. Hey, listen, what a date night, huh? Some 7-10 or 8-9 matchup?
How is she with the stats?
She's phenomenal.
Better with the camera, though.
That's right. Up and under for Sebastian Edwards.
What's your wife's name? Let's give a shout out.
Let's give a shout out to Mara Long. Mara Long, who has been with me really from the start in terms of what we've been doing here with Bob Long Sports. She's done many a game on camera, like you said, Bruce. She even did a game scorekeeping for us once, long, long ago when we were doing radio at the Palestra for the Catholic League semifinal.
And baby Rory, he's gonna have to get used to this tech.
That's right.
He'll be a native of technology. He'll come right into it, and he'll know exactly which buttons to push.
No doubt about it.
Making the replays sing.
Well, we're hoping that we get him out playing too. Get him hooping.
You can do the technology.
That's right.
They're gaming it 18 months.
Oh, yeah.
That's incredible.
We're going to avoid that, I think, best we can. Keep the screens away. I say that now.
Well, that's the kind of stuff you can talk about when there's a 22-point margin in the fourth quarter. And the Kaleites here in total control, really with Carl Argale getting ready to clear the bench.
Yeah, in fact, when you see Deshaun Yates go down like that, Matt Gukas just gives the foul because, hey, the last thing that an undermanned Neumann-Goretti team needs is Deshaun Yates or anyone else getting hurt. Down 22 with 2:16 to play. Neumann-Goretti, they're 7-0, but there's a bit of a gauntlet coming up for them. They played Archbishop Ryan on Friday, today against Roman Catholic. Then they go back home and play St. Joe's Prep, followed by Father Judge. So how's that for a 4-game schedule? You show me how many teams are playing 4 games in a row like that across the state of Pennsylvania this year.
That's right. Go ahead.
No, I mean, that just only gets teams ready for the postseason so effectively.
As a former Berks County bench player who has, I think, 12 career varsity points, I just want to give a shout out to the bench for Neumann-Goretti Saints with Oscar Briskin, Ethan Tran, DJ Clark, Jaden Williams all checking in, and we'll get to the Roman Catholic side here in a second.
Yep, not a timeout where they're going to go to the huddles. They're just going to keep it moving with $1:47 to play. By the way, stay with us post-game, folks, as we will get a player of the game or two, as well as Chris McNesby, if we can, for a post-game interview. Bruce, you're always good at this. Who stood out to you today?
Wow, I'm telling you what, I really liked Mooch. I liked Wright.
You liked whom?
For Neumann, or if you're talking about for?
Or I'm sorry, for Ghost.
Cabe Goss, got it. I'm sorry. You said Ghosts. We're here in Northeast Philadelphia. I think you're talking about Holy Ghost Prep.
Yeah.
If it helps you, Cottrell leads all scores with 17.
Yeah, and I get that. But I thought that, the way that the ball movement was, sometimes, those little point guards just don't get enough.
Give them to the facilitator.
That's right.
Exactly right.
And with the Roman Catholic now playing defense, the bench, Samaj Robinson, Derek Carr, Malik Hughes, Robert Spreel getting some action.
And with under a minute to go, Roman Catholic definitive, convincing, and knocking Neumann-Goretti from the ranks of the unbeatens. We mentioned it at the jump, but it is, and now was, the longest start to a regular season in Carl Aragale's tenure, where the Saints were unbeaten.
16-0. You talked about it earlier, Bob. On Friday, they beat Ryan in overtime, 60-59. Needed a late basket to take that game, and the quick turnaround. It's Sunday against Roman Catholic, their home game, and being down without Kafik Myers, shorthanded, and they've got half a schedule approximately left to get ready for the playoffs.
And you turn and you look at the scoreboard, Bruce. The defensive effort was magnificent. 34 points for Neumann-Goretti. We do need Huck Palmer now for this one. I don't know the last time that Neumann-Goretti has been held to a point total like 34.
Yeah, no, and the entire, Roman athletic department, in putting on these events, like this, just a fabulous job. And there we go.
Roman Catholic takes down Neumann-Goretti in matchup one of ? Will we see this matchup again? The Kaolites on top here today.
So Bob's going to go off and look for a couple of stars of the game.
Yeah.
We talked about the facilitator, and I just think the flow of the offense all game was really the difference.
And that's the reason why I felt that he should be the player of the game, because once they really got that, the first quarter, everything just didn't seem to flow at all. But once they really started to get that offensive flow going, they really had, there was no stopping them. And the fact, too, obviously you had some guys knocking down some wide open threes.
So Bob's getting ready. Looks like he's grabbed Cabe Goss, who was the facilitator, and you also have Sammy Jackson, who turned in 13 points. None in the second half, but he did have a great first half to get Roman Catholic out to that big lead. Let's send it down to Bob.
Thank you, Jeff. We have Cabe Goss and Sammy Jackson with us here today. Well, guys, Neumann-Goretti was unbeaten coming in, the last unbeaten in the Catholic League. You guys now dispatched them from the ranks of the unbeaten. How'd you do it, Cabe?
Just playing our game at the end of the day. Going to the game, letting us know, we got to play Roman basketball and don't get too much into what competition was. Just play our game and play together.
Sammy, for you, without Sharif on the floor, you've taken on an even bigger role. How have you felt now being the guy inside for Roman Catholic?
It's just exciting. It's the legacy my brother had. Just filling in for him, making sure we don't lose anything. Just filling in for him and do what I do.
Cabe, we're very impressed with you and how you just size up the floor. You can get to where you need to go, and you can distribute the ball with the best of them. How has it felt coming to Roman Catholic and having a chance to don this jersey and play the position that you know so well?
I mean, it's amazing putting on a Roman jersey and understanding the legacy and everything that comes behind it. Roman has birthed a lot of great point guards, and I'm just excited to be the next one up and great coming.
And now, Sammy, for you, last one. You move forward now. You guys had a big week with some challenging games. It doesn't get any easier for you. So how do you take what happened here today and move forward through the gauntlet of the Philadelphia Catholic League schedule?
We just played good, so now our season's getting harder. It's more fun. It's always more fun playing better teams. Now we just got to take what we're doing now and just keep going on with it.
Guys, I appreciate your time, Cabe Goss and Sammy Jackson. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys down the road. Jeff and Bruce, back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Bob. With the win, Roman Catholic improves to 17-1 on the season, 8-1 in the Catholic League. With the loss, Neumann-Goretti, their first loss of the season, they dropped to 16-1, and now are a half game back in the Catholic League standings. That they dropped to 7-1, tied with Father Judge, who's also 7-1. And then we check the top of those standings. You've got Wood and Prep right behind at 6-2. Bruce, your thoughts on the changing of the guard at the top of the Catholic League standings?
Well, changing of the guard, but I think what you talked about is the fact that there's so much in play going down the stretch. You know, these last couple weeks of the regular season, every single game so magnified, in setting seedings for the postseason tournament and everything. I think it's just going to be a lot of exciting basketball down the stretch. Maybe, more exciting than what we've seen in a couple years, with really a very wide open, tournament down the road.
As we bring Bob back in, thank you for doing those interviews on courtside. Always appreciate Roman Catholic giving us access to the players and the coach before the game. Bob, let's switch it over to the Neumann-Goretti side. Where do they go from here? It's a loss. They're going to have to wait to see where Myers fits in. Where do you see Neumann-Goretti going, as they're going to have to regroup here with a handful of games left before the playoffs?
Yeah, Neumann-Goretti's fine. 16-1, one loss in the league. In terms of what they need to do, they need to secure a home playoff game and get as healthy as they can get by Valentine's Day, right? And so that does, you talked about Kafik Myers. We know that they won't have his services the rest of the year. Amir Williams, the 6'6" wing, they missed him today. How many open looks did they get from beyond the arc? And Roman Catholic knew that they weren't proficient from beyond the arc, so they collapsed the defense. Keon Long, Torrey Brooks, their driving lanes were taken away. So for Neumann-Goretti, they're fine. It would take a lot for them to fall outside that top four. Seeding is irrelevant when you get to the Philadelphia Catholic League semifinals at the Palestra. So secure a top four seed. It's going to be tough getting there. Get Amir Williams healthy, and they are going to have Stephon Ashley-Wright be the guy to step up this year. Now you effectively had two guys that led that backcourt last year, Kafik Myers and Rob Wright. Neither of them were seniors. Rob Wright due to transfer, Kafik Myers due to injury. Neither of those guys are going to be part of the equation going forward here. So that's going to be the challenge, is the traditional backcourt of Neumann-Goretti. It's not like it normally is. You're relying on more wings, three of them, Long, and then Brooks, and of course Williams when he's healthy. So I think Neumann-Goretti will be fine, but get healthy, get right, and this will be a formidable team come Catholic League playoff time.
What a fun game. A quick look at the stats. The leading all scorers, Bobby Cottrell with 17. Also in double figures for Roman Catholic, Sammy Jackson, 13. All of those coming in the first half, including 3 threes. Sebastian Edwards turned in 11, and then a handful of players also picking up points as well. On the Neumann-Goretti side, Lorenzo Jerkins, he turned in 12. And nobody else in double figures, as we talked about earlier. Keon Long had 9 unofficial, unofficial statistics, holding Neumann-Goretti to 34 points. Roman Catholic, Bruce, that defense was good, but the offense was better.
Yeah, absolutely. And, the key thing there, too, is the fact that, despite Goretti really playing well inside with rebounding and what have you, the Kalites in their offensive flow just really superior today, and clearly shooting the lights out, from the second quarter on.
That's it for us here, folks, from Holy Family University. Roman Catholic convincing in victory. And now no teams remain undefeated in the Philadelphia Catholic League. It is a race to the finish line here in the regular season. You're going to want to follow along on Bob Long Sports, as we'll have all the big matchups for you over the next 3 weeks. Stay with us, and we appreciate everybody's time. So have a great rest of your weekend. For Brady Joyce on camera, our awesome cameraman, for Bruce Badgley, coming all the way from District 3 country. For Jeff Sharilla, our man here doing color commentary, keeping stats, and doing everything in between. For all those folks, I'm Bob Long saying so long until next time.